What is up, everybody? Bobby here, the Geek Guru. Geek, definitely guru. I don't know. So E3 is over for the most part. Today's the final day. I didn't do a breakdown analysis like I originally had planned to because I wanted to kind of digest everything as a whole rather than my knee-jerk reaction of how I felt at the moment. Everybody knows that I'm a very big Nintendo fan. I have been for a very long time. Big supporter of Nintendo. I feel like they dropped the ball this E3, and that doesn't mean that I like them any less, or that doesn't mean that I hate them, or doesn't mean I'm out there raging on the internet, because that's not the way I want to portray myself or this channel per se. All right, let's start with the bad, and we're going to start with the bad in the preference of this is what I saw when I saw the digital event. Okay, no Metroid, no Zelda, no Animal Crossing. You know, a lot of stuff, it was just bland. The show started out strong, and then it kind of just tapered off. I felt like there was a lot of not giving of information that could have cleared some people's minds, per se. So, let's back up. No Metroid, but there was a Metroid Prime Federation game. It's more or less like a four-person shooter per se, but you're actually trying to capture monsters in the Metroid universe as opposed to trying to kill each other and fight. So it's not necessarily like Hunters was back in the day. It's not like a 4v4 shooter or anything like that. After I saw the game played at the Treehouse, I thought this really isn't that bad of a game. I think the problem people are upset with is they wanted a Metroid game so badly, and then they didn't get it, and then they got this titled game instead. I'm of the mindset that, hey, look it, Nintendo owns these franchises. They can do whatever they want with the names of them. If they feel like, rather than calling this game Blast Corps 2015 Metroid Prime, if that's going to get them more sales in the long run, then it makes sense. It's no different than the Mario series, Zelda Four Swords, things like that nature. Speaking of which, Triforce Heroes. When I first saw that, I thought, this is Zelda, this is what you're giving us. But I actually got to play it. I played it at Best Buy. They brought that out as a surprise. A guy had 3 3DS linked up, and they were going through the crowd, and you got to play. I like the game. I think the game is awesome, and I'm buying it. I went with my buddy Miguel. We played it. We were like, this is a good fun game. So again, on the outside, you're looking at it and you're going, but you have to take E3 as a whole, not as a 30-40 minute demo or a 30-40 minute video. That's not E3. E3 is the big picture, the big scale. Looking at big picture, big scale, the Happy Home Designer, everybody kept calling it Animal Crossing House Arrest and all these different things, like, because people didn't know what it was. After watching a 20-minute demo of that game played, I am sold. I want it. I feel like it's Animal Crossing, just a different perspective. In New Leaf, you're the mayor. This game, you are working for Tom Nook. You're going around. You can import villagers and animals that you like. If you get the cards, people will randomly show up in the town, but you can bring in your favorites by using the amiibo cards. So you got your choice. You know, you don't have to buy amiibo cards. You can let that go. Or you can buy the amiibo cards and bring in who you want immediately. I was excited for that. I thought that was great. What I feel like hurt Nintendo as a whole is the leaks. The doing things early before E3 and the leaks, I felt like hurt them. They did that micro where they showed off the Chibi Robo and the amiibo, some other stuff, the Mario, Dr. Mario game and stuff. Like, maybe some of that other stuff you could have done, but the Chibi Robo should have been in the main digital event, especially with the amiibo that they were giving. I think that would have got a lot of people hyped up and excited. The Smash Direct, no need for that. They didn't need to do that. They could have ended E3 with Ryu, like, we have a new challenger coming, and everybody would have blew the top off the facility. Everybody, the internet would have exploded with people just so excited to see Ryu and Smash, which they were. But again, the leaks. They get the information leaked days before the Smash Direct, and that's the problem. You gotta cut them leaks in half, because after the Smash Direct, we find out about Animal Crossing Amiibo and this Mario Amiibo, the 8-bit Mario Amiibo, which excited people. This is stuff that they could have had in that digital event that would have excited people. I think Nintendo needs to put a tighter lid on things, first off, and then they need to utilize E3, that conference, better. If you want a lot of good hype coming out of it, you need to utilize that to throw all the information. The biggest thing that I felt they could have done that they let out early was Earthbound. Earthbound, I felt like should have been during that digital event. You could have done the same thing with Ito and had him at the very end or in the middle and said his same thing. You know, you could have done the developer story the same thing, had him give his spiel and talk about Earthbound Beginnings. The excitement that came out of that announcement, what they did was they built their hype way too high. All the stuff that was leading in, everybody was getting all amped up about, and then when the direct hit, when the digital event hit, it kind of tapered off to nothing. Why? Because everybody was so excited, they kept thinking, oh, they gotta be bringing great stuff. If they're bringing this stuff already and this stuff is awesome, imagine what they're gonna do during the actual event. That's where I felt like Nintendo dropped the ball. They gave too much information first, not enough information during. I've watched Treehouse Live a lot this week, and a lot of things that I felt that I saw that I liked. Fire Emblem, I'm in, I'm sold, I'm all for it. The Tensei, the Fire Emblem Cross Tensei, I don't know how to say the whole thing. We've been down this road already, right? But I watched that played as well during the Treehouse, and I'm gonna buy it. Like, I liked it. I was like, this is kind of a cool game, you know? It's a good role-playing game. Not a fan of the Paper Jam. I'm not gonna buy that. I really wasn't a fan of Paper Mario or the Mario Luigi series. I bought one Mario Luigi game. It was good, but it's just not me, and I'm not into those games as much. The Zelda game, definitely buying, hands down. Xenoblade, I'm buying. Yoshi's Woolly World, buying. Mario Maker, I love that game. That game, I can't wait for that game. And then Star Fox. A lot of complaints people were making about Star Fox. You had like different outlets, news outlets, saying like, oh, I played it for a couple of minutes and I didn't like the controls and it didn't work. I'm going in this with a clear mindset, similar to like I did with Splatoon. I felt like when I first started playing Splatoon, I couldn't get a grip of it, and now I'm like, I love the game, and I'm got a firm handle on how you control and how you fight and all that stuff. I feel like that's how Star Fox is going to be. I feel like the controls are going to be a little different. You have to take that into perspective. Once you learn the controls, I think you're going to love the game, and I'm excited for the game. I think the game looks good. Platinum Games involved. I think it is going to get delayed a little bit. I don't think it's going to be right away. I think it's going to be later December release, because I think they still have a lot of work to go. I think they need to make it a little bit more crisp. The graphics need to pop a little bit more, but it'll get there. I have full confidence in Miyamoto and the Platinum team. One thing that I felt like Nintendo dropped the ball on huge was not showing any indie games. I feel like that's your third party. That's your development between these big, huge games that I get from Nintendo. What keeps me happy is all the indie games. The Steam World Heist, Dig, Shovel Knight, all these different games, you know. Rumbo looks good. Why didn't you show that during the Direct? You know what I mean? Rave looks good. Why didn't you show that during the Direct? So, and you even have this promotion going on through the eShop that if you download all these demos and you try them out, you can buy the game for like 10 or 15% off when the game launches. Why wouldn't you announce that? Why wouldn't you talk about that? That, to me, boggled my mind. Devil's Third. You're funding this game. Why in the world you don't even show it is beyond me. Fatal Frame, they didn't show it. I don't get that. I don't understand that. SteamWorld Heist, they put a trailer up on their YouTube channel after their Direct. I felt like that should have been part of the Direct. I felt like you should show that game, show it off. It's an exclusive. It's starting off as an exclusive 3DS game. It's where it's hitting first this September. Why you wouldn't show that in that scope to bring the attention to you, to be like, hey, we have a timed exclusive per se. This game's coming out on our console first. Here it is. Let's go. I felt like there was a lot of indie games that you just passed by. You got Shovel Knight DLC coming. Why didn't you talk about that? Like, there's a lot of stuff that they could have put in there that would have gotten people excited, especially someone like me that's into indie games. And I feel like the indie games hold me over between the big Splatoon to Yoshi to Mario Maker to Xenoblade. Like, you have all these games, but what fills those gaps? You don't have a third-party development anymore. So the indies are what does it. So that is all. I hope you guys enjoyed my review of E3. And if you have any rebuttals to what I gotta say, please leave them down below. I'll be happy to answer those as quickly as possible. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, click the like button, share it with your friends, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. You can follow me Instagram, Twitter, @TheGeekGurus. That is all. Peace, mother